Hello everybody, happy Friday. I hope I'm in the right place today. As I pushed the live button, I thought, did I navigate to the right place? I was just in a conversation literally like 5 seconds ago with my daughter and then boom, transitioning over to this, I wasn't thinking very clearly. Hopefully we're in the right place. Hopefully you guys had a great week. Today we are going to be using the Everyday Arches bundle. This is an online exclusive, and I am in love with these dies. I would say I'm obsessed with these, but I'm tired of everybody saying they're obsessed. I feel like that's an overused saying. So I'm going to say I'm in love with these dies. This is the stamp set that was originally released. And then Stampin' Up! Just this week released another stamp set that goes with it called Arched Wishes. So we're actually going to use this one on the last project as well. So I love when they have dies and then they have multiple stamp sets that can use those dies. I think it makes our dies even more useful. And these dies, because they're basic shapes, I feel like we will use a ton. So hop over to pinkbuckaroo.com. I scheduled that post yesterday. So let's see if it's up. Let's see if the PDF is up. All 3 projects should be there with supplies and measurements. So as I go through today, you can refer to that PDF, and if I need to make corrections like I do a lot of times, I'll do that after the video. All right, I'm gonna flip you guys around. One of the projects today is kind of long. It took 16 minutes for me to film it yesterday, which is pretty long for me, so I wanna make sure that we get everything done. Okay, let me see if I can get that to not shake. I had this on. Let me navigate. Yep, looks like I'm in the right place. Okay, oh, it's still moving, but if I touch it, it is going to keep moving. Let's see if I can zoom out a little bit. Nope, okay. All right, so it is March 7th, and already done with a full week of March. Our All-Star Tutorial PDF this month is the Mixed Media Florals suite of products. This PDF I put with 11 other Stampin' Up! Demonstrators every month. We all design a tutorial based on one suite of products, and this is the one we're using this month. Here's my project. Each tutorial is a video, and they're linked within the PDF. The PDF is something you get for free when you spend $50 with me, when you shop with me online and spend $50. It's also available in my PDF store for $15. So if you're not going to shop with me, maybe you are already a demo or you have your demo that you shop with, you can still buy the PDF for $15. It's a fun little bundle. I did watercoloring this month, which I always love to do. So anyway, check that out. It's we did a blog hop a couple days ago. If you want to look for the additional projects, we always do an additional project when we do a blog hop. Okay, Club Create. Today is the hard and fast deadline for Club Create March. I'm going to be out of town next week, so I have been working feverishly ahead this month. And this kit I've already got cut and sorted. It won't get packed until I get back, but if you want Club Create for March, it features the Darling Dinos. I have cut, hopefully, enough kits to cover anybody who wants to jump on today. If not, I can always cut another one. This month, the Darling Dinos love this bundle. We use this for our craft along in January. These projects are different from the craft along projects. It's 4 cards and a treat box. These are a little more masculine in feel. We're using the plaid paper, which I love plaid paper. Your Club Create kit looks like this. This is an old one here. It's just this past month's Club Create kit. I've been using these plastic, what would you call these, craft keepers for a while. I think they're really great because you can keep all your things in there, and then when you're done, you can use them for paper storage or whatever. You get about $25 in product each month. You'll get like a bolt of ribbon, a pack of gems, some paper, and all 5 projects. You'll end up with a lot of product left over so you can make more projects. So this month, today, is the deadline for March's kit featuring the Darling Dinos. This was last month's kit, and this was about a year and a half ago's kit. If you want it, you have to subscribe by midnight tonight. Hard and fast deadline on that because it is a subscription. Next month in April, I have decided to go with the Adventure Together bundle. I love this bundle. And so if you are not a Club Create subscriber, things are coming apart. If you are not a Club Create subscriber and you want the Adventure Together Club Create kit, you got to wait until tomorrow to subscribe, because if you subscribe today, your first kit will be the dinos. Now, if you are a subscriber already, you don't have to do anything. It's just automatically you're subscribed until you cancel. Man, everything's just falling apart. But this is super cute little Adventure Together for April. Gosh, April feels like a really long way away, but it's not. I mean, less than a month away. Crazy. All right, so anyway, this is Adventure Together Club Create Kits for April. That subscription window starts tomorrow. So if you want just this kit, don't sign up until tomorrow. Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully. All right, let me tell you about the craft along. We did our first craft along at the end of January, and it was so much fun. Me and some friends teamed up, designed 12 projects, and each day we presented 2 of them. This time we're doing 10 projects. There's 5 of us this time, and we're using our idea that the bundles don't really go together. You're like, why'd they choose those? Here was our thought, okay? Spring break. If you've got spring break, you're thinking, ooh, I want to go to the beach maybe. Or if you're like me, you're like, no, I want to stay home and maybe plant some flowers in the flower bed, do some gardening. So that was kind of our thought process when we picked the 2 bundles. So they're very different, the Ocean Friends bundle and the Year of Flowers bundle. There'll be 10 projects, each one using either one of these bundles. It's March 24th through March 26th. I'll be doing a video every single day, Monday through Friday that week. Each day we'll have 2 projects. And each day we're also going to teach you a new technique. You're going to have little technique cards too that you can print off and save. I actually have a technique notebook, that's hard to say, from at least 10, 12, 15 years ago that I pulled out and looked through, and I loved using that. I love referring to it. So we thought this would be a good idea for you guys to create your own little technique notebook as we go along. So the videos will be public facing. They will be on my blog. The Friday I will be live. The other 4 days will be pre-recorded. You can craft along with us. You can use your own stuff, or you can order the kit from me. The kit will come, it'll have 2 half packs of paper. You're gonna get 24 sheets of cardstock, 2 packs of embellishments, 2 bolts of ribbon, and we've got some surprises planned too. The die cuts, you will do the die cutting using these 2 bundles, so you will need these bundles. But anything else like the arches, circles, squares, labels, those kinds of things, those will be in your kit as well. I sent an email out with the link to register for the kit. The deadline for that is the 17th, and I have a really quick turnaround on those, like 3 days. So part of the problem this month is that I'm going to North Carolina next week for Stampin' Up's on stage event. And so that's like a big gaping hole of time where I usually would normally work on this stuff. But I'm working ahead, and I think it won't be a problem. I'll get them out to you in time, hopefully for you to receive the kit in time for the actual craft along. That way you can craft right along with me. All right, so if you are on my email list, I emailed you this link a couple of days ago. If not, you can email me and ask me for the link, and I will send it to you. That's for the kit or the PDF. The PDF is $25. It will have all the technique information. I'll have step-by-step directions. It'll have links to the videos after we're done. But the videos, everybody will have access to those. It's just the PDF. You can buy the PDF, or you get it if you buy the kit. You get it for free. Okie dokie, that is that. And let's see. Oh, I wanted to show you new kits. There were some new online products this month. Let's look at those. Stampin' Up! Has this new online release schedule. So, you know, they'll have like a new catalog, and then a month will go by, and then they'll have an online exclusive release, and then a month will go by, and then they'll have a catalog. So all this new product is coming at us, and it's so fun for me because I still am super excited about new products. So let me show you what's new. When you're on the Stampin' Up, gosh, for some reason I can't like pronounce my words today. When you are on the Stampin' Up website, click those 3 lines, click online exclusives, and this is where all the new online exclusive stuff is. We're going to use some of this today. We're going to use the paper, the on-the-go paper. There's the Year of Flowers. That's one of the bundles we'll be using for the craft along. It's really a neat set. And the new kits are in this section as well. I know there's a glare, but I'm just hopefully giving you guys an idea. Here are the new kits. So let me show you those. Online exclusives, I just want to always make sure that you guys know that everybody has access to the online exclusives. It just says exclusive because it's exclusively online and not in the catalog. It doesn't mean you have to be a demonstrator to buy it. All right, here's one of the kits. This one is called Welcoming Garden Kit. Really cute. The first thing I noticed was the fence stamp. Look at that little picket fence. I was thinking about how cute that would be with the stamp set we used last week, the Storybook Garden Patch stamp set. That would be really cute. This is a card kit. Get some adhesive, you get a block, you get the Stampin' Spot, you get the stamp set. Look at the envelopes. Wow, those are fancy. Look at the cards. Oh my gosh, you guys, so beautiful. So these are available now in our online exclusive. Look at that. Can you guys see that? That is so pretty. Online exclusive section or in the kit section, okay? This one again is called, what did I say? Welcoming Garden Kit. Oh, that's just really, really cute. Okay, so there's that one. And the other one is called Maritime Moments Kit. It is also a stamping kit. Maritime Moments. It is nautical themed, and I believe it has die cut words so that you don't have to stamp the words. I believe. Let me make sure. I think that's what I heard. Get a block, you get adhesive, beautiful watercolor prints. Oh, how cute. The envelopes have like lining inside, little nautical lining. Card bases. And did I make that up about the words? Maybe I'm a liar. Let's see. Maybe it's, oh no, yeah, here we go. Yeah, here are the words. So you don't have to stamp. You don't have to worry about getting your sentiments straight. It's already done for you. So that's a card kit as well, available now. They look kind of like paper pumpkin kits, don't they? But no, they are regular kits in our kit section. And if you're shopping kits and you want today's Facebook Friday Make and Takes for free, just use the host code. You can order anything you want to get the Make and Takes for free. I don't really even look at what you're ordering, just as long as you use the host code. And it's the $35 minimum, you know? Okay, so I think that's about it. Let me show you prizes. Last week, Cindy Spears is our winner. Thank you for sharing the video, Cindy. You've got a For the Books bundle coming. I have your mailing address. And this week is a new online exclusive. How cute is this? Peekaboo Forest. I definitely am going to use this for a Facebook Friday for sure. It's very cute. If you'd like to win Peekaboo Forest, all you have to do is share the video either on Facebook or YouTube. Let me know in the comments that you shared, and then I'll pick somebody at random next week. All right. Let me tape down my little host code. You guys know we're getting rid of the host code, don't you? Has anybody told you that? I don't think I've told you that. Host code is going away. And you guys are going to start earning Stampin' Rewards on every order that's over $20. That is coming in April. I'll give you more details when we get there. But look at that host code. That's really weird, right? It's very repetitive. But anyway, until then, Please use the host code. Okay, let me move it up a little bit. All right, so Facebook Friday, I always pick one bundle or suite of products, something to feature. This week it is the Everyday Arches bundle and the Arched Wishes stamp set. There is a free PDF over at pinkbuckaroo.com. If you'll go check it out, you can print it, save it, do whatever you want. There are some measurements on there. The host code is on there if you decide you want to put it in order and get the make and takes for free. The other things that I talked about, the links are there as well. And that's about it. This is what they look like when they come. You need the arched Everyday Arches bundle. You'll need these dies, but everything else I will die cut for you. There's some clouds today and some other things that I will die cut for you and send you the paper, scored envelopes, a thank you tag. I don't do any stamping. Don't call Stampin' Up and tell America's sending pre-stamped kits, because that's not what I'm doing. I'm sending unstamped kits. You get to do the stamping. Lisa, the dies are back in stock. I was waiting for them, impatiently waiting for them to come back in stock. Okay, can I just show you guys what I did? Here's my glue, 3D glue holder someone gave me a long time ago. I unrolled my glue dots so that my glue dots would be on the outside. I've done this before. And then I just have it sitting like this. Well, for whatever reason, this time my glue dots keep getting stuck to the desk, and when I pull them up, I have a row of glue dots. And I don't know why that is happening this time. Usually it just sits there and it behaves like it's supposed to. But this roll, I don't know. I guess I need to leave it rolled the way it comes. Yes, okay, so Rose is asking, how true is it that thick white 8 by 11 is going away? Yes, so thick white's going away, but in 8.5 by 11, but it's going to be offered in 12 by 12. That is all I know about that. That'll be in the new catalog, okay? I don't know why. I don't know anything other than you will have the option to buy it in 12 by 12. Okay, so let's look at this first. We're going to do our 3D project first today. And I made this cute little rainbow box. And I was at Walmart and I saw these. And can you see how they look like a rainbow? Well, I thought, oh, that's cute. We gotta use those for a rainbow box. So that's where I started. And look, I know it's controversial. The lemon Kit Kats. I do like them. And so I wanted to make a rainbow box, and it opens up like this. All right, this is actually the prototype. This is the one that's a little bit better. There it is. The other option, if you don't want to use Kit Kat, you can use gummy rainbows. And I linked these are from Amazon. I linked them on today's blog post. They're not the right color. So if you want them to match color, then you'll want to change the colors of your box. Okay, now let me tell you about this box. There was a super cute box that I saw by Melissa Faust. It was an alligator box. And it was so stinking cute that I had to go look at it. And I took the beginning of her design, her measurements, and I changed it up a little bit to be a clamshell box that is a rainbow. And it's a soft, subtle rainbow, not super bright. It's soft and subtle. We're going to start with Flirty Flamingo, okay? All right, so let me get my pieces. And I will tell you, this box is not the simplest of boxes, okay? It's not the simplest, but it's worth it. And I will tell you, I've made the box 4 times now, and each time it turns out just a tiny bit different. There's a little bit of, when we curl that paper around the edge, there's a little bit of free form there. So sometimes the paper ends up being longer or shorter. I don't know. We'll see how it ends up today, okay? Okay, you're going to start out with a piece of Flirty Flamingo. That is 4 1/4 by 9 1/8. And you guys know I like to use my Simply Scored better than my trimmer. I can see the lines better. So if you're using the Simply Scored, it's just 1/8 is that very first tick mark past the 9. You're going to score it at 4 1/4 and 4 7/8. And 7/8 is that little tick mark right before the 5, okay? Then you're gonna get 2 pieces of Flirty Flamingo that are, and I think that I did not trim these. These need to be 9 3/4. Let me trim them down just a bit. 9 3/4 by 1 1/8. I had them at 10, but 10 is a little bit too long. So 1 1/8 by 9 3/4. And you're gonna score them on the short side at 1/2 inch. Okay. All right, now grab your cut and emboss machine. And these dies, it's kind of hard to look at some of these projects and tell which die they've used because they're all so close in size. So I'm going to try to remember to tell you each project that we do today, which die it is. This is going to be the 4th largest. Okay, so the 4th from the outside. And we're going to cut this on here so that it just cuts the round part. We don't want it to cut across here. So I'm going to put it on here, where's my tape? So that the bottom of the die goes past the score line. Okay, make sure it's nice and straight. And I'm going to hold it up and see if you guys can see how that goes just a little bit past the score line. So this part will cut to our score line. The other thing I'm going to do to ensure that I don't cut it is I'm going to put my plate right across that score line. See how the die is sticking out over here? That way, that's not going to get cut at all. Let's do it this way. Let's feed it through first and have it sticking out over here like that. You know, I really have been thinking a lot about these dies and all the different things you can do with these dies. If you look online at what people are doing with these dies, it is amazing. There's some really, really cool things people are doing with these dies. Okay, so can you see what we did there? Okay, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, this time you need to make sure that you're lined up on the left and the right side as close as you can get. And you got to make sure that that bottom part right there is beyond the score line. And then take your plate and line your plate up right there with the score line. Okay, now take this off. Careful. Your tape should peel off. It's not super sticky, but still just be careful. All right, now we're going to take our paper snips and we're going to cut that all the way across like that. So we're going to cut that off. Okay, and now we'll do this one. If you didn't go all the way to the score line, you might have to go in a little bit and cut like that. Okay, and I'm going to take my Simply Scored. I have taken a white marker many years ago and put a line down the 5 1/2 and the 4 1/4 where I score my cards. And so I'm going to line this up right here with that white line. And I'm going to score that. Okay. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. Like that. All right. Burnish those lines. I am also going to cut the corners off of these. Like that. All right, so there is your piece. Now I'm going to use tear and tape over here. We scored this so that one section is 1/2 inch and the other section is 5/8 of an inch. Put your tear and tape along the 1/2 inch section, right along the score line. Okay, then get your bone folder and burnish that, and then kind of curl it like that. Hello everybody, hope you guys have had a good week. I hope it's warm where you're at, nice and springy. We had a crazy windstorm here that we don't normally have, and it was crazy. My pool is filled with dirt now. Been working for 2 days trying to get all the dirt out of the pool. I'm going to fringe the side that has the adhesive, stopping where the horizontal score line is. As you get towards the middle, you want your fringe to be a little skinnier. That's going to allow you to curve the paper more. The closer your fringe is, the more flexibility you're going to have with your paper. Here in South Texas, we don't close our pools. In a lot of places in the United States, you don't close your pool during the winter. It just stays open and looks beautiful because, you know, we don't really have that much cold weather. But unfortunately, that means it was wide open for the crazy wind. Ooh, Lisa, y'all had a bad week. Yikes. Oh, hi, Judy. Okay, now take this sticky end and we're going to start right here. We're going to line this up at this edge. Okay, and I'm going to slowly curl it around, matching the edge. I'm not going to press it in real hard yet. I want to get all the way to the end. And then I'll do that once I get it all lined up. All right, that looks pretty good. And then you just press down. Now, this is where things always get a little weird. If your paper goes just a little bit beyond that score line, you're going to need to trim just a bit off. Twice, when I've made this 4 times. 2 times I needed to trim it, and 2 times I didn't. So, I don't know. I think it just depends on how close to the edge you get with your curling. Okay? All right, now, we're going to do the same thing with this one. Do you guys remember years ago Stampin' Up! Had some fringe scissors? How many of you have those fringe scissors still? I love those fringe scissors. I got those out and tried them on this, and they're too skinny, and it actually kind of curls the fringe a little bit. So they didn't work for this because, you know, I hate doing this, just slowly, tediously going. And so I thought, ooh, maybe the fringe scissors will work, but they did not. And I take the backing off before I do the snipping, because could you imagine having to peel off the backing that many times? That would be bonkers. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing over here, like this. Slowly go around. This is where it gets a little dicey right here around the edge. Just keep telling it what to do. There we go. And I'm gonna have to trim this one too. So maybe instead of 9 3/4, maybe it should be 9 5/8. I don't know. 9 5/8. If you make this, maybe try 9 5/8 and see if that works. Okay. It looks like a mouth, doesn't it, with some teeth? Okay, so there we have that now. And it's basically going to close over, hopefully, like that. But we got to close these in first. Let's put a little bit of glue. Let's see which side. I think it'll be better. I think it'll be better if we put it in on this side. Just play around with it. I think you'll be able to tell which side feels like it should go over the other side. They should both go over each side. But I think because there's some wiggle room there, depending on how close you get to the edge, depends on which side. Yes, I know, right, Lynn? That's why I was afraid to make it a little bit smaller, because what if it's too small? You can always trim it off. All right, come on, let's see. And then it just clamshell folds in like that. And there's your little box. Okay, so I'm not telling you this is the easiest box we've ever made, but it might be one of the cutest. Okay, now I didn't like that. I don't want to see that. So what I found, the first thing I did was go down a size in the arch. I cut that out and glued it in, but it didn't cover up enough of the little teeth around the edge. So I cut 2 Flirty Flamingo arches that are the exact same as the other ones. And I trimmed off about 1/8 of an inch on the bottom. And we're going to just glue that over the inside. If the little teeth on the inside don't bother you, then, you know, just leave it. But you know, I strive for perfection. Come on, you guys know me. That's a joke. I don't. I'm not a perfectionist, really. All right. I mean, in some things maybe, but this kind of stuff, you can't. Yeah, Susan, I know. Sometimes this does feel like being an engineer, that's for sure. All right, now this one feels like it doesn't want to go down in there, but there, we got it. All right, let's put our little Kit Kats in. And then we're gonna put this in like that. And there's our cute little box. Okay, now the next part is super easy. I'm gonna tell you what colors I used. We've got peach pie, okay? And we're gonna put that one here. I like how close these nest. They're very close in size. And then we've got lemon lolly. Now, if you wanted to do brights, look at your cardstock. Start with real red. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. That's rainbow order. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. This is lemon lime twist. This one is not a subtle, it's an in color and it's very bright. Summer Splash. And last but not least, Highland Heather, right there. Okay, now we're gonna take our white, what is this called? Woven ribbon, is it 5/8? Half an inch. And we're gonna tie this over here. This is just gonna hold it closed, make sure it stays closed. Snip, snip. And then I am using this hello right here. I've cut 2 basic white clouds from the Bright Skies dies. We've used those several times in the last couple of weeks, I feel like. Hello. All right. And then some dimensionals. Look, I'm still using my kit, or was it Paper Pumpkin? Dimensionals, giant sheet of dimensionals. And then we'll put this right there, and there you go. Isn't it cute? All right, so if you were gonna make a bright rainbow, I would do real red, pumpkin pie, daffodil delight, garden green. Then I would probably do blueberry bushel and gorgeous grape. I should have made one in the brights, shouldn't I? Now, for those of you that are like, I'm not making a box, how about a card? Same thing, just on a white card base that I stenciled some clouds. I'll post this on my blog next week. It's pretty cute too. And easier. Definitely easier. All right. I hope you guys would give this box a try. It is a little tricky, and it might take a couple of tries, but it's so cute. All right, good. There we go. There's our first project out of the way. Now let me get our next tray. All right. Next, we're going to do a fun fold. And I've made this fun fold 2 different ways. The first time I made it, I wasn't certain I was going to make it a fun fold. And so the fold was at the top. So it works both ways. It opens like this and then opens like that. Okay? And I'm using, remember, the hot air balloon dies? But then I realized it would probably make more sense if it opened on the side. I mean, either way, it works. We're using a couple of one new thing, the mini corrugated embossing folder. You guys, I love corrugated paper. Do you remember Stampin' Up! Used to carry corrugated paper? And when I moved, almost 2 years ago, I still had a huge stack of it. I love corrugated paper, but now we can just use this embossing folder to make our own corrugated paper. Okay, let's talk about the arches that we're using. The paper that I'm using, do you recognize this paper? It is the Friends of the Ocean Designer Series paper. So that's what we're using. Okay, you're gonna need 3 white, let me get my dies over here so I can tell you which sizes they are. 3 white arches. The first one is the 5th largest. The next one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th largest. And then the next one is the 2nd smallest, okay? And then our DSP, our Friends of the Ocean Designer Series paper, it is the 5th largest arch, okay? All right, where should we start? Let's start with our stamping. On that middle-sized white arch, we're gonna stamp the sentiment, "You are a ray of sunshine." Now, something I've noticed with my dies, they're very shallow, these dies. So if I push too hard, you can even see I've stained my, my stamp there. If you push too hard, it's gonna squeeze up in between the letters. So don't squeeze real hard. And then push it down evenly. There we go. You are a ray of sunshine. I've got the smaller one. Now I did it 2 different ways. I think I like the second way better. We're gonna put a little strip of Designer Series paper on here. And it's too big, so we'll trim it. Okay, and then take the smaller, remember it's the 2nd smallest, and we're gonna put that right in the middle. I have got the Daffodil Delight satin ribbon, and I'm gonna tie kind of a larger bow. I got my nails done yesterday, and it's like a mix between Flirty Flamingo and Melon Mambo. I love it. And she put this chrome powder on top that makes it extra shiny. I love it. Love it. It's like $10 extra too, which is ridiculous because it was a tiny little bit of powder that she put on with a makeup brush and then charged me $10. And I was like, okay. But I really liked it. All right, there we go. We've got our bow. I've cut out the sun from Daffodil Delight. This is the Bright Skies dies also. The one to the cloud that we just used is from. I put that there. And you know what? I'm not going to use a dimensional. I'm actually going to use a glue dot, and we're going to stick that right there. I mean, that's just really cute. That would make a cute little gift tag too, wouldn't it? Very cute. All right, now, dimensionals here. Okay, that's gonna go right in the middle. All right, now let's bring our card base over. And we'll put our corrugated piece. I like the way corrugated paper feels. Remember the crimper, the little crimping machine too, that you could twist and your paper would go through it and it would crimp it and it looked like this. Okay, now these are gonna go like this. So we're gonna have to kind of look at it before we adhere them to make sure that we get them exactly where we want them. I'm gonna stamp the hot air balloon, which is from the Everyday Arches stamp set, a couple of times. All right, and then we'll get some dimensionals. Nancy, you probably went to Shadow and Jackie, the live stream of the Eagles, who everybody obsesses over. They have hatched 2 little eaglets, and I think the 3rd one is hatching, right, you guys? All right, you're gonna need just a piece of cardstock that is, you know, I think I left this off the sheet. Let's see, let's measure it. 6 by, let me guess, 1 1/4. 6, I am so good. 6 by 1 1/4, fold it in half. And we're gonna put it on here like this. So let's just adhere it, come on, to the back of our card. And then we're gonna put some dimensionals on here, like this. And then we're gonna see where we want this, right about there. Okay, so then it'll open up like that. Okay, now let's get our little hot air balloon. And I did not put an adhesive sheet on this. Joan, did all 3 of them hatch? This morning I saw something that said they thought the 3rd one was hatching, because poor little Shadow and Jackie, the last 2 years, 1 year their eggs didn't hatch, and 1 year they were stolen by ravens. Is that right? Am I getting this right? There we go. This paper is that same paper we used last week with the yellow gingham, and I have to look at my notes because for whatever reason, my brain cannot remember the name of this paper. Floral Delight. Floral Delight. And that doesn't look right. Let's put it down a little bit. That looks dumb. There we go. Excuse me. I have this annoying dry cough ever since, well, for a while, but since we had that wind the other day, brought in all that dust. All right, thanks in Melon Mambo. And we'll put this right across. 3rd is coming. Yay, I'm so excited. Oh, that's so cute. I usually don't care about the Jackie and Shadow, but this year I'm like, I'm invested. I don't know why. Okay, now we want this to be hidden behind here. So I'm gonna just like put it back here. I'm gonna just like lay it on there, and then I'm gonna lay it down to make sure it's in the right place. Oh, that's not the right place. Let's make sure. Okay, good, there. So that when you open that up, boop, you can see that. Okay, all right, then on the end side, I've got just another piece of that little designer series paper, Friends of the Ocean. Running Point with Kate Hudson. Yes, I have seen that being talked about. You know, guys, Kate Hudson kind of gets on my nerves. I don't know why. I don't know. Am I the only one? It's like, I don't know. Something about her just rubs me the wrong way, but I do want to watch that. It looks cute. Okay. Now, just some basic rhinestones. Good old basic rhinestones. And we're just going to add some bling, and then we're done with this card. This is my pink lemonade, pink and yellow. All right, that's it. What do you guys think? You can do the fold on the side or on the top. Let's see, did I forget anything on the inside? I don't think I did, just some balloons. So just to review, this is a stamp set. You are a ray of sunshine, plus the balloon, plus the thanks. But the hot air balloon die is from the hot air balloon dies. That's what they're called. And this is cut from the Bright Skies dies, you know, the die set that has the clouds. So cute, right? And then it's the Friends of the Ocean paper. And that's what I keep reminding you guys. Remember, Just because it's called ocean paper doesn't mean it's only ocean paper. Look, we're using it here 2 different times, and this card has nothing to do with the ocean. You got to look at the other patterns in the pack and, you know, get more bang for your buck, because that paper can be used for other things. Okay, all right. I'm glad you guys liked it. Last but not least, I've got another pink and yellow. You know, sometimes I get stuck in a color scheme. This color scheme is pink and yellow, but it's different pink and yellow. We have new paper. Let me show you the paper first. This is online exclusive paper, and I am in love with it. It's called On the Go. I'm thinking this paper would make a great summer travel mini album. Isn't it cute? 12 by 12. This color is summer. Oh, look at my nails with that paper. Maybe this is summer. No, strawberry slush. No, yes, right? Strawberry slush. Now I have to check myself. Strawberry slush. If you've been around for a while, you'll know that strawberry slush was an in color. I don't know how many years ago. It's been a while. And so it's in this paper, so we're all taking that as a little hint that strawberry slush, I keep wanting to call it summer slush. Strawberry slush is coming back in the new catalog. That's my guess. And look at the tags, so cute, right? And there's a great little stamp set and die that go with it. Here's one of my bonus cards. I use that paper and the dies for this. Know you are loved, embrace the journey. So like somebody maybe who's moving, or, you know, like semester abroad or something like that. Look at the little keys. We've never had little key or lock die cuts. So this is the On the Go suite of products, online exclusive. We're going to use the paper for our card that goes with the everyday arches, but I just wanted to show you this too. I did use the everyday arches. There's the airplane, and also the On the Go. Okay, so that's the paper that we're using for this next card. And let me just show it to you. All right, it opens up and we made a little window. Again, I did this backwards too. I made it like this. I'm thinking maybe it is better to have a side fold. No, because that's kind of flimsy like that. I don't like that. But let's see, what do we have? We have top fold. Let me see if I have a side fold card base ready. I think I do. No, but I can make one. Okay, so pink and yellow again. Hold on, let me score this and cut it. Strawberry slush and lemon lolly this time. And I will tell you guys, hold on just one second. Let me cut this paper. I have a huge box of retired inks in my closet, and I went and pulled it out to see if I could find my strawberry slush ink pad, and I did find it, and it was leaking ink all over the place. I've tried to clean it. It's the old style ink pad, strawberry slush, so I'll need to order a new one. I mean, I'm just assuming that strawberry slush is coming in the new catalog, because why would they put it in the paper, right? Right, that's my point. Okay, so let's look and see what we've got here. We're gonna take first, hopefully I don't get strawberry slush all over my fingers. I had it everywhere. It was like dripping on the floor. It was a mess. We're gonna take the second largest, make sure that's right. Yep, second largest arched die. And we're going to cut out a window from the card front. Now, the stamps that I'm using, we are using both Everyday Arches and the new Arched Wishes that came out this week in our online exclusives. So you can get the Everyday Arches as a bundle, dies and stamp set together. You save 10%. What am I doing? Dimensionals? I don't need to use dimensionals to hold this in place. And then you can add on the Arched Wishes, and you'll have 2 stamp sets to go with your arched dies. I meant to pull out every card I've made so far with these arch dies, and I forgot. But if you guys remember a few weeks ago when we used the bee themed stuff, we made a hive box out of the arched dies. You remember? It was very cute. It was really, really cute. Okay, so there's our card. Here's our paper. We're going to stamp this, what do you call this? A banner? A crepe paper streamer? I don't know, but you guys know. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna stamp it on the designer series paper and emboss it in white. I'm using my embossing buddy first to hopefully remove all the static. And then, let me get some grid paper, because that's a very large stamp, and we don't want to get it all over the desk. I'm going to go across like that, and then I'm going to ink it again, and like that. Yeah, I found the refill. The pad is almost dry. I had enough to stamp that little heart over there, but I found the refill, and the refill only had like 3 drops in it. So poor planning on my part. I should have bought, I always tell you guys, don't forget to buy your refills. You don't want to be caught without a refill for a retired ink pad, and there I was. I had one, but it was dry. All right, heat tool. Now you got to be careful embossing on designer series paper or pattern paper, because it's thinner and it can burn faster. So just be careful. Move it around. I get real close. I probably shouldn't get that close, but I do. Okay. Nancy, you're right. They do cost too much to let go. But when you're a demonstrator like me, sometimes we get rid of them because we can't use them in our business anymore. But I have started keeping mine because they've started coming back. So, as a business standpoint, but it is a good investment to make sure that you have that re-inker on hand. All right, now I'm going to make a little bridge across here. One thing I need to do on my other card, when I made the recording for YouTube, where's the other one? You can tell they're not the same size. So you want to make sure they're exactly the same size, and I'll show you why. Let me just trim, make sure they're identical. Okay, so we're going to make like a little bridge across the front. All these little strawberry slush monochromatic patterns are so cute. And when you open it, I didn't like that. I don't want to see the tags and all those colors because it doesn't really go with what I'm doing. So I cut another piece and we're just going to sandwich it like that. Okay, so now it's crooked. Dang it, now it's on the front. And I've already glued it down. You know what? Just watch what I'm going to do. Guys, just watch. Instead of peeling it up, I'm going to cut another piece. And we'll see if I can cut it the right size. Let's see. 4 1/4. It should be 2. Let's see. I mean, I'm being super picky, but. And then it's a little bit too big on that side. Okay, let's trim it down. We're going to be here all day with me just cutting off a little bit more and a little bit more and then a little bit more. Let's see now. Close enough. Okay. So the lesson here, the moral of the story, is to make sure when you glue them on, they're the same size. There we go. Okay? There. Much better. All right. Yes, I wasted a bit of paper, but oh well. Okay, so now we're going to take the Make-A-Wish. And the Make-A-Wish, let's put these two here so I can tell you where they're from. Make-A-Wish is from the Arched Wishes. And oh, I need to tell you which die this is, don't I? This is the, well, now some of them are missing, and so we won't know. This is the 5th largest. 5th largest. All right, Make-A-Wish right at the top. Oh, no, we're gonna keep that. We're gonna stamp our little cupcake. Right, onto some basic white. Now, normally, you don't have to worry about your Stampin' Blends picking up the color from your Memento Black, but every now and then I find that my yellows do. Not every time, but every now and then. So whenever I'm going to use a yellow reinker, I like to set my ink with a heat tool just in case. All right, so let's take Lemon Lolly Light. Did you, Susie? I'm surprised you haven't already gotten this one. It's a good one. It's a good one. The On The Go one is interesting. The stamp set to me, if you guys haven't looked, you can, I think it's called On The Go. Is it called On The Go? I know the paper's called On The Go. What's the stamp set called? It looks more like a journaling stamp set, maybe for scrapbooking or a mini album. That was my thought. But it's really cute, and I really want to use the whole thing for something. So maybe that'll be my class in April. Another mini album. I'm having so much fun with mini albums. Now, I don't have Strawberry Slush Stampin' Blends. If Strawberry Slush comes out in the new catalog, hopefully we will. So I'm going to use Pretty in Pink. Okay, and I'm going to add a little shadow line like that. And then just blend it all together. All right. And then the little candle. Now there is a cute little stamp in the Arched Wishes stamp set right here for your candle, but I didn't have room for it. I didn't leave enough room for it. So I'm just gonna pretend like we haven't lit our candle yet. But if you wanna use it, maybe pick an arch one size bigger. All right, so there's no dies for this. So we're gonna go old school with our paper snips. Just stay right on the outside. It's really an easy one to cut out. Big and bold, not a lot of nooks and crannies. Right here really is your only nook and cranny. And then you gotta go around the wick. Like that. Okay, so then I cut a basic white linked together oval. So it's like a little plate. You like the mini album, Carla? Storybook one. I think the storybook one is my favorite so far too. The size is good. Yes, I know. I liked it too. When I cut, I sent everybody a 6.5 by 6.5 inch, 2 6.5 inch squares of chipboard. And I kept, because I keep all my chipboard. And I have had a lot. So that's why I've been doing a lot of mini albums. But when I cut that, it left a lot of scraps. And I couldn't throw them away. I was like, we have to make another mini album with these scraps. You know, 6.5 would make it 4.5 by 12 or whatever it was. So another mini album coming for sure. All right, we're gonna put this on a white arch, and it's just the next size up, which I guess would be the 4th largest. Let's make sure, let's look. Yep, 4th largest. And then we're going to put this on here with dimensionals. Okay. You know what I realized yesterday is I didn't put any embellishments on this card. I think I was thinking I was going to, and then I got distracted and didn't come back to it. So if you want to add embellishments to your card, please do. All right, then the sentiment, you are simply fantastic. This one is from the Everyday Arches stamp set. And we'll do this. You know, I'd like to use Strawberry Slush, but I'm afraid that my ink pad won't ink it very well. So we'll just go with Pretty in Pink. It's a good coordinating. When you have a large stamp, if you turn it over like this and ink it like that, I seem to have pretty good luck that way. A 4x4 would be a fun size and seems to be size Walgreens offering when you print pictures now. Oh, Carla, okay. God, it's been so long since I had pictures printed. You are simply fantastic. All right. Let's put that right here in the middle. And you want to make sure that it is exactly lined up with this. So put it on there like that. And then lay it down like that. All right, and there you go. That's an easy fun fold. I mean, you call that a fun fold when it's that easy? Really, it's just a window card. Okay, so there you go, you guys. Remember, this one uses both Arched Wishes, that one, and that one, and Everyday Arches. You are simply fantastic. I like the airplanes here in this one, the birds. This one is a really good set, I think. This one's a good one too, but this one overall has got a lot of possibilities. Okay, there we go. The Instax the kids love. Yes, Lisa, you're right. My kids do have those too. Okay, let's look at what we did today. We had 2 pink lemonade cards and a rainbow box. Now I will show you this card on Monday, on Monday's blog post, okay? And then maybe Tuesday we'll have this one. And then maybe on Wednesday I'll show you this one. This is one I made for a swap card back in January. And this is that paper that went on last chance list that's marked down to $8. What's it called? Serene Beauty? I can't remember, but I'll link it for you if it's still available. Now, here's the other thing I need to tell you guys. Next week I'll be gone, so there will not be a Facebook Friday next week. I will be out of town all next week. The following week, I'll be back with Facebook Friday, and I have no idea what we're going to do that week. I need to work on that so that I'm prepared when we come back. But hopefully I'll come up with something. You guys, thanks for joining me today. I'm so glad you did. Make sure you jump over to my blog, pinkbuckaroo.com, to get the free PDF. And if you want the projects, the 3 projects for free, make sure that your minimum $35 order is in by Monday at midnight. And please use that host code if your order is under $150. If it's over $150, don't use the host code, because then you will get Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up, and I will still send you the Make and Takes. Okay, that's it. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, everybody. Bye.